Alright everyone, today we are going to do a little bit of a mod guide. This is going to help you kind of see some of the mods that I'm running. These are some of the mods that a lot of our raiders are running. You don't need all of them. Some of them are good for nice quality of life. So let's begin here. And we're going to kind of go over each one by one. Some of them we won't do because not all of them do I even use. Some of them I have turned off. First, let's talk about LVUI. And LVUI is an amazing user interface modification that comes built in with many of the mods that I have. Many of the mods that I have are actually redundant to LVUI, but I kind of prefer certain things one over another. Like, I like click for key binding, whereas I find LVUI's key binding to be pretty awful. So that said, let's kind of begin here. All raiders, no matter what level of skill you are going to want to get deadly boss mods. That is a mandatory must-have mod. Alright, so, and this mod is real simple. This mod is everything about bosses. And there's a package for each expansion, as you can see. So if you're a transmog farmer and you like to have that, you can get it. There's also PvP extensions for this. There's also raider tools, but at the very least, you want deadly boss mods. And by the way, we're looking at all of this, I kind of forgot to open with this one, in the Twitch desktop app, which if you just go to Google, and Google Twitch desktop app, hey, what do you know, there it is. You want to download this. This will manage your mods for you and make your life a lot easier. So let's talk about World Quest Tracker. If you're someone who's farming AP, if you are someone who is, kind of in the race to still get the 75 to get your 3 Crucible traits, World Quest Tracker is pretty nice because it organizes things for you. It lets you see in a quickish view, okay, what is going on in each zone. If you're an AP farmer, a lot of the times you just want to know, is there AP in the zone? Where am I going? That's that. And World Quest Tracker is really nice for that. Angry Keystones is a fantastic mod if you're a Mythic Plus runner. This is the mod that's going to tell you, hey, this is what % body counts are. This is where you're at for silver and gold time. This is the mod that's going to tell you what affixes are coming up next. This is a really, really sweet mod. Bagnon is another mod that kind of gets baked into LVUI, but if you don't use LVUI, Bagnon is amazing. Has a search feature, its organization feature is great, cross characters, so you can see things on your entire account. Hey, do I have Arcana on this other character over here? Oh, what do you know? Yes, I do. And that's what Bagnon will help you do. And Bagnon has a few extensions that kind of enable all of that, but that's the basic package. Bartender. Bartender is a mod that is action bar related. You can totally modify the way your action bars work. You can remove Blizzard's art background, the silver dragon thingy, and you can completely modify the way your bars work. It's a great mod. Again, this is another thing that is baked into LVUI. If you are not getting LVUI, I would suggest Bartender. I would suggest Bagnon. Click. If you are someone who is learning how to keybind to your mouse, which as a healer you absolutely should, and as a DPS you absolutely should, Click is really, really nice for that. LVUI does have its own keybind system. I don't like it. In fact, more often than not, it gives me problems about wanting to keybind things specifically to shift and mouse button. Click just ignores that and is really great and really lightweight. So again, if you're not getting LVUI, I would definitely suggest Click. Legendary Progress Tracker, really nice. If you're a gear farmer like I am, and you're specifically farming legendaries like I do, you like to kind of know where your legendaries are sitting. And this is a mod that is within a good 90% margin of error. It really is good at predicting when your next one's coming. Then you've got Legion Treasures, which is just treasure boxes all over the map. If you like to clutter your map like I do, there you go. Then you got Skada. Skada and Recount are your 2 big damage meters out there for mods. I tend to prefer Skada because it's a little bit more in depth and it has more plugins for raid tools. I like it personally, and I definitely recommend it. And then TomTom is badass. TomTom is a GPS coordinate mod that basically allows you to plug in a waypoint, because players post waypoints in Wowhead all the time. And so if you're looking for something, a player is going to put TomTom coordinates down. You would just copy and paste that into your chat bar, and boom, now you've got an arrow telling you where to go. If you're someone who perpetually gets lost, TomTom is badass. I cannot recommend that mod enough. Voodoo is a nameplate mod, and again, the features of Voodoo are baked into LVUI. But if you're not going to use LVUI, I totally suggest Voodoo. And if you're not going to go Voodoo, another good one that you don't see listed here is a mod called Grid, and we will go search that one real quick just so you guys can kind of see that. Grid is really good, and Grid is really nice for healers especially because it is a nameplate modifier, and you can set keybinds to click on these nameplates and get your dispels going, and it's really nice. You know, it has a good organization feature to it, but Voodoo has a lot of the same features. I would go really one or the other. And then finally, weak Rs. Weak Rs, weak Rs, weak Rs. You know, this is probably one of the more technical to install mods out there. But you can bake so much into weak Rs that actually eliminates, even to a degree, some things like Deadly Boss mods. I know some people that don't use Deadly Boss mods or even bigwigs because they bake it all into their weak Rs. The only problem with weak Rs can be the more you put into it, the more heavier of a mod it becomes because it's really kind of resource hungry. So most people tend to plug weak Rs, tend to plug their class information that they're looking for. But what weak Rs is doing for you is it's taking your screen and it's totally changing the visual experience for you to give you better prompts. You know, as a Shadow Priest, the best example I can give you is my bars, you know, my insanity is in a place where it's very visual to me. You know, when I have a proc for something, which you don't really have for Shadow anymore, it's really visual, you know, because it's really all about saying, hey, stupid, look, this important ability is here now. So this has been my mod run through. I would definitely suggest to anyone out there to get Click and to look into understanding how to keybind to your mouse. Now, I will warn everybody. Everybody, the first time that they keybind from their mouse and they go from being a clicker to a mouse binder, you're really relearning how to walk. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But when you do make that transition, you go from where you're at right now to re-keybinding your mouse. You will suck awfully for a couple of days, whatever it takes to get used to it. Once the muscle memory is in your fingers and you've got a connection between your mouse and your hand and your mind, you will have an improvement in just about every case. And I cannot suggest keybinding your mouse for healers enough. I mean, the HPS increase for healers alone is absolutely just incredible. So this has been my mod run through. There's going to be a few more videos coming out of kind of how I do the things that I do in terms of AP farming, in terms of gear progression, and these videos are kind of going to come out for you guys to help you get a better understanding of what you can do for your character to help yourself along. So that said, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you putting up with the mild chirps in the background. For those of you that know me, I have an alarm system that's obnoxious. I actually duct taped something around it today, and it's a little bit better, just a tad. So anyhow, look out for me, the chirping, and more guide videos coming up later in the day. Thanks so much.